Your hands are covered in a fine velvety dust, and you are staring at a tray of tiny liquid-filled molds, wondering if you actually mixed the ratios correctly. That is the exact moment the magic of the ColoPlay Taba Kit starts to kick in. This isn't just about buying a toy off a shelf. It is about the chemistry and the craft of making something incredibly satisfying from scratch. Most people see those viral videos of squishies and think they just appear that way, as if they were born perfectly soft and slow rising. In reality, it takes a bit of work and a lot of patience. This kit gives you a generous amount of rubber base to play with, about 18 ounces, which is a massive amount for a home setup. The texture of the raw material is thick and gooey. It feels like something that shouldn't work, yet it does. One of the biggest hurdles with DIY squishies has always been the air bubbles. You pour the mixture, wait for hours, and then find your finished piece looks like it has been through a blender because of all the tiny holes. This specific kit uses a formula designed to be bubble-free. It helps the air rise to the top and escape before the rubber sets. That alone saves so much frustration for a beginner. You get these molds that turn the liquid into fun shapes. And that is where the creativity really starts to shine. But the real game changer is the flocking powder. It is this incredibly soft, microscopic fuzz that you apply to the surface. Without it, the squishy is just a piece of sticky rubber. With it, the toy feels like velvet. It has this premium, soft-touch finish that makes you want to keep it in your hand all day long. You have to be careful with the application, though. The powder gets everywhere if you are not careful. I'm talking about your clothes, your table, and maybe even your cat if they wander too close. It is a messy process, but that is part of the charm. You are building something. The curing time is marketed as being fast, which is a relative term in the world of chemical crafts. You still have to sit on your hands for a while. You cannot just poke it every 5 minutes to see if it is done. If you do, you will leave a permanent fingerprint in the middle of your masterpiece. It is a lesson in delayed gratification. For anyone who deals with a lot of stress, or just needs something to do with their hands, the final result is pure gold. There is a deep, tactile satisfaction in squeezing something you made yourself. The resistance of the rubber is just right. It is not too hard, and it doesn't just collapse. It has that slow rising quality that everyone looks for in a high-quality sensory toy. If you are a perfectionist, the first few tries might be a little rough. You might not mix it enough, or you might over-apply the powder. But once you find that rhythm, it becomes a very meditative hobby. It is perfect for kids who have the patience for a project, though they definitely need a grown-up to help manage the cleanup. It is a sensory experience from start to finish. You go from a liquid mess to a soft, squishy work of art. It turns a boring afternoon into a laboratory session. Just make sure you clear off a large workspace before you start pouring. You are going to want the room to breathe and the space to get a little bit messy. In a world of digital screens, having something this physical and this tactile feels like a breath of fresh air. It is a project that rewards your focus with something you can actually use to calm your nerves later. You get to be the designer, the chemist, and the creator all at once. Once that mold finally pops open and you feel that velvet texture, you will know exactly why people get hooked on this. It is about the process as much as the product.